My name's Olivia. I'm 31, and I still can't fully explain why I said what I did. I tell myself it was the wine talking or the stress, or maybe the fact that he forgot our plans, again. But that would be a lie. The truth lived deeper, somewhere in a quiet ache I didn't know how to name. It had been simmering for months, a slow build of something I didn't want to feel. And when it finally rose to the surface, I disguised it as anger instead of admitting it was pain. He was just standing there, by the counter, reaching for a glass of water. No shouting, no slammed doors, no accusations, just quiet. And then, after I said it, he simply walked away. He didn't even finish pouring the water. Jake was different from anyone I'd ever been with. He didn't leave notes for me to find. He didn't flood my inbox with sweet words or surprise me with weekend getaways. He never felt the need to be loud about love. He just showed up every day, every time. He noticed the little things. Fixed the sink before I mentioned it was leaking. Remembered the almond milk. Rubbed my back on days I didn't even know I was tense. But I kept comparing him. Not to the man he was, but to the memory of Eli. Eli the whirlwind. The kind who lit up rooms and tore them down just as fast. Spontaneous road trips. Dramatic declarations. Roses sent in the middle of work meetings. Love that felt urgent, desperate, like a storm. But Eli also turned affection into currency and left bruises on my confidence disguised as passion. Back then, I believed drama meant love. That if it wasn't intense, it wasn't real. Jake, though, was calm. Maybe too calm for someone like me. Someone who still didn't know how to feel worthy without constant reminders. That night, I had tried. I made dinner. Simple but thoughtful. Lit candles. Wore the black sweater he once complimented. When he walked in, he smiled, tired but warm, and said it smelled great. Loosened his tie. Sat down. It should have been enough. But I wanted more. I wanted him to stop in his tracks. Tell me I looked beautiful. Say something that made me feel chosen, irreplaceable. And when he didn't, I reached for the sharpest words I could find. I picked a fight over something ridiculous. Him not texting me at lunch. He calmly apologized, said it had been a rough day, hadn't even had time to eat. But I didn't care. I needed validation. I needed chaos, something to stir up a feeling I recognized, even if it was toxic. So I said it, the thing that shattered everything. I told him he didn't make me feel the way Eli did. The moment froze. He looked at me, just once, a long pause behind his eyes, like he was hoping he heard me wrong. But I stayed silent, crossed my arms, waited for a reaction. He didn't give me one. Just placed his fork down, wiped his mouth, and stood up. I thought maybe he'd come back, needed air or space. But after 10 minutes, I went to the bedroom. He was gone. His bag was missing, half the drawer empty. No charger, no note, no door slam. Just gone. What lingered after was a silence louder than any fight I ever had with Eli. And in that stillness, I understood. I hadn't just hurt him. I broke something purer, something steady. For what? The illusion of being missed? A familiar chaos that never brought me peace? The apartment didn't feel like home anymore. I saw him everywhere, in the way the couch cushions held his shape, in the scent that clung to my pillow. I texted once, a short apology, told him he made me feel safe, that I just wanted to feel special. He never replied. Later, I heard he'd moved in with his brother, wasn't seeing anyone, wasn't mad, just finished. And that's what haunts me now. That calm is not always absence. That some people don't leave in fury. They leave when they've given everything they could, and you still ask for more. Jake didn't speak in grand gestures. He didn't write poetry or shout his love. He just stayed, quietly, completely, until I made staying feel like a punishment. So if you're with someone who shows up, who remembers the small things, who loves you in steady ways, don't overlook them. Don't chase fireworks and forget how good warmth feels. Not every love needs to burn bright to be real. Sometimes, the ones who truly love us just do so without needing the world to notice. Jake loved me like that, and I pushed him away with one selfish, reckless sentence, one I can never take back.